Yamaha presents the Whitetail Diaries, chronicling hunting adventures of the most plentiful and intelligent big game animal in North America. Join top whitetail hunters nationwide and embark on the amazing adventure that is hunting the whitetail deer.
Alright, we got our setup for this evening here. It worked pretty good. The wind is really perfectly blowing in our face. Real hard, 15 miles an hour. Probably 85 degrees right now. Deer are gonna come from everywhere on this little spot. You can kind of tell we're high up on a ridge. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You can see the valley, another ridge over there. Got a nice little clearing. There's a big field behind us where I think a lot of these deer are gonna be working too, but I mean, they're just gonna kind of be milling in this entire area. We've got some oaks down here. With this wind, it's gonna be knocking some new oaks down. A few persimmons left. We've thrown a little bit of corn as well in the brush down there to kind of, get them to stop as they're coming through. We're gonna be hunting tonight with a rifle. We got the Thompson Center Compass 2 rifle and 6.5 Creedmoor. Really interesting cartridge, offers a lot of different capabilities and characteristics. We're going to spend some time talking about that cartridge. We've got the Trijicon Huron Scope on top. I've got a 2.5 by 10, which is perfect for where we're at. You can kind of see we've got a few holes out here where we can shoot long distance, but we're going to have great light gathering capabilities, really crisp, clear sight picture. And with that 6.5 and the trigger we've got set up on this Compass too, it's going to be my fault if we don't do the right thing before we get a shot. I do that a lot when it's windy. There's two of them. Start, stop, take 3 steps, start, stop, 3 steps. They're going to come right underneath us. That's a good sign. No, see a few does moving. She's pretty nervous. She's only about 20 yards away. That's the exact trail we walked in right there. She's sniffing right where I set my bag down. Oh, there's a buck down there to the right, a small one. He just gonna eat that across there. There's no telling how many deer is just standing around right now nearby. They just taking their time. There's probably 10 or 12 deer sitting all around us right now in these little shadowed areas, just taking 10 steps and stopping, and just standing there for minutes at a time. That's why you take your binoculars and really glass. Hopefully you can pick up something, a little flicker of the ear, tail, tip you off. A little 3-point coming there. He's all breathing hard. He's running pretty good, isn't he? There you go. Feel the freezer buck right there.
As the sun sets on this hunt, let's take another look at this location. About 2 weeks ago, Wade, Michael, Scott, and Kevin moved 2 muddy tripods into place along this ridge, based on insight from Scott, in hopes of it paying off later. While there, they cleared a few areas of brush, cleaned up some shooting lanes, and put out a couple record-rack wildberry blocks in hopes of seeing plenty of action in this area in the future. But until you hunt a place a lot of times, you don't know what will work or won't work. We'll be back with more on Yamaha Whitetail Diaries to see how this setup pays off. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you by Yamaha's proven off-road ATVs and side-by-side vehicles. Garmin Zero, leave the guesswork behind. Smith & Wesson.
Trade hours for seconds.
I came back from Afghanistan with a traumatic brain injury. I couldn't talk. I still can't talk right. I didn't want to leave the house. Then my wife, God bless her, she got me off the couch and said, "Hey, enough's enough. You got to get back outdoors." The hunting gave me a whole new purpose, you know. It sped up my recovery big time. When I was deployed, I trusted Trijicon, and I still do today. Sergeant Rob Gustafson, U.S. Army retired.
Trijicon, brilliant aiming solutions.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton.
Good morning. We're gonna get geared up here and go out. It is pitch black right now. There's virtually no moon. And the stand we're going to is actually one we set in last night. And we're gonna go back in there, get set up pretty early, and we hope they're bedded down, and we're gonna get an early opportunity. If not, the sun may blow us out. But for now, we're gonna get in the stand and wait for the sun to come up and kind of see how this one plays out, and hopefully it'll be something out there that gets us excited, and if not, we'll go back and do it again, maybe there, maybe someplace else. As I was worried about that sun kind of burning those clouds off fast, and it's really got us lit up really bad right now, and it's still pretty early. I mean, I'm hunkered down as low as I can in this tripod right now. There goes a couple of does over there. It's coming out, but I think, I mean, the wind's still going to be good here for a couple of days on this setup, but we're going to have to make some adjustments. Probably put a few pieces of brush here unless we get lucky in the next hour, and really kind of make us a little bit of a cave. There's literally 5 does are going to cross right over here to the right. So we know we're in an area that's got a lot of deer. We still may get one this morning, but we're going to have to stay just as kind of leaned over and hunkered down as we can with that sun. Well, there's 7 does, 8 does now, 9 does. They're just pouring out of the brush over there. I mean, we're where a lot of deer want to be. We got all those does are slowly working off to bed over there. A couple spikes just got in a fight a while ago, and that sun continues to just be absolutely brutal, as you can see. I was worried about that, but I knew the deer were here, and I was hoping those clouds would last a lot longer. We're gonna get down here pretty soon. We're gonna trim some brush these tripods in a little bit better, and then we'll probably be back here this afternoon or again in the morning, depending on what the weather's looking like and what we can find on scouting cameras. You know, it always plays a big role for us, what we're looking for. So spend some time brushing this in for the next hunt and doing some scouting and see what we can find. Get us a little more brushy brush up here. Need just a little more cover in our hidey hole. Well, we kind of redid a few things, as you can see, just raised it up, and it may not look like a lot, but it'll give us a little more elevated cover over and around us from both the camera side and my side. We got picked off last night by some deer down here, and we had some deer basically walk right down here, and this will give us a little bit more cover when we're glassing long distances when one comes out. And you know, you always got to tweak and adjust and make manipulations to your stands, and really all we did was raise our cover up a little bit, and it'll pay a big dividend in just a few minutes of cutting, trimming, put a few bushes up in key spots, and we'll see how it plays out later this evening. We're gonna go do a little scouting and make some pancakes now. And we're off.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries will be right back. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Walkers, protect it or lose it. Conquest Scents, Hunt Sense, and Dog Training Sense. Trijicon, brilliant aiming solutions.
Sometimes the world can seem a cold place, so we gotta bring the warmth to it. Sometimes the world can seem a dark place, so we gotta become the light in it. Sometimes the world can seem a broken place, so we gotta strive to fix it. We prepare for the worst, but we must always, always expect the best.
There's no feeling like it. When you've prepped the gear, done the research, found the spot, nailed the presentation, and now there's only one thing left to do. Keep fishing. So gear up with all the best fishing gear, only at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Shop in store or online.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Let's learn more about the 6.5 Creedmoor round that has truly become a hunting caliber that many love and just as many hate. Why is that? Well, let's find out.
You know, when you look at the 6.5 Creedmoor, you know, there's a tremendous amount of bullets available for it that are designed for long range steel plates, target shooting out there. There's probably less bullets designed for that cartridge when it comes to hunting. But there are some really good bullets out there that I advocate using that we've found and used in the field with tremendous success. When it comes to bullet selection, you know, I advocate to a lot of people, if you've got a rifle and you want to know what it does best, get 4 or 5 different boxes, 4 or 5 different bullet weights, different companies, and go shoot it. And at the end of the day, I think what you'll find is what your rifle likes the best. And when you do that and you spend the time on the range, number one, it makes you a better shooter and hunter because you understand and you learn what your gun's gonna do. You learn which bullet works best in it, which cartridge, and all of that. And I think that pays off a lot. So those people that hate it, a lot of times I think probably more often than not, maybe they're using the wrong bullet. Just like any cartridge, any round, anything out there, there are limitations to what you want to use it for. The 6.5 Creedmoor, shooting, you know, the right ammo, I think is great for a lot of your light, thin-skinned African antelope, whitetail deer. I think is perfect for it. It's going to be right at the lower end of cartridges I would probably pick for elk, but I mean, we've seen it in action on elk hunts before, perform flawlessly, knock them down, but once again, I think it's just kind of right there at that threshold. You talk to a lot of professional hunters, I mean, they're going to talk about the 6.5 is maybe not good enough for wildebeest and animals like that, but I have seen it, you know, knock down a wildebeest. Took a couple of shots, but it did its job, and wildebeest are notorious for taking multiple rounds in those types of hunting situations. So, you know, you just got to learn and study and make those decisions for you personally, for where you're hunting, for the situations that you're dealing with, and then ultimately, you gotta shoot them where it matters. You gotta put that bullet where it matters to find ultimate success.
Well, it's a new morning in Texas, and Wade is hopeful that the changes they made by adding brush to the tripods and a bank of clouds in the area will both pay off in providing better cover so they don't get busted by the deer seeing them move.
All right, we got a little walk in this morning. We're gonna go back to those tripods where we've been sitting. We've had some great hunts there, seen a lot of deer. We think we're really set up a lot better now with the brush we've added to them. One cool thing this morning, we've had a cold front come in, drop the temperature maybe 20 degrees, so it's got that great feel in the air that you like to have when you're deer hunting. So we're gonna get up there. We're still about 30, 40 minutes before daylight. Let the sun come up and see what comes in. I mean, we've been seeing lots of does, lots of little bucks, and I'm feeling pretty good about our opportunities this morning. It's taken a long time to get light, but we've just got to shooting time. But there's a couple of deer out there. We can see them moving around right now, but they're in the shadows in that brush. That's a big body over there.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries will return after this. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you by Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Performance when it matters most. Outdoor Action TV. Stream your favorite shows. High-vis shooting systems. See what you've been missing.
The Penthouse. Increased size, larger windows, insulated panels, and everything you've come to expect from an industry leader. Revolutionary designs for any weapon and any situation. Change the way you hunt with a box blind from Muddy Outdoors. Check out Muddy's full line of box blinds today at GoMuddy.com.
Feeding doesn't get any easier. Record Rack has a full line of products to help you attract and grow a bigger class of big game animals. All Record Rack products are engineered with the right nutrition to fit your specific need. Whether you're a wildlife watcher looking to see more deer on your land or an avid sportsman looking to bring in a trophy, Record Rack has the right feed to meet your goals. Learn more at recordrack.com. Record Rack, serious nutrition.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Now, before the break, Wade spotted this buck with a wonky tine and mass in his jaw. That has got his attention. Now let's see if this buck can give Wade a shot.
That's a cool deer. That's a cool deer. Well, this has been a great place to sit. We have seen so many deer. A lot of late evening, early morning action yesterday. The sun got us, and you could see shapes every time we get here, and before shooting time, right after, and then finally we kind of got everything brushed in really good. That's a really cool deer. He's got this tine that, it looks like it just splays out like that. It's a freak, man. And he's got this huge growth on his neck, and it could be an abscess, a goiter. They get injured and have a bad tooth, or things happen just like us as humans. But that's a cool deer. That is a cool deer. I guess he's a mainframe 8. He may have more junk on him out there. He's a pretty good distance away, and that tine goes like that, flays out there, and then it looks like his left side was kind of normal. But I liked him as soon as I saw him coming out, and that's the key when you're hunting. All these people that shame you on Facebook and Instagram and go, "Oh, you should have done this," screw them. I'm serious. If you get excited, makes your heart beat, shoot that sucker. If you're filling the freezer, just brown this down, and that works in your area and it's legal, take it. Because I'm as tickled as him as some giants that I've seen. And it dropped him in his tracks. And we've talked about what the 6.5 Creedmoor does. We've talked about what the TC Compass with the Gen 2 that we've got here. That's just a cool deer hunt. And you saw the whole progression of this one, moving stands, changing things, covering it up. They didn't pick us off near as bad today as they have when the sun was out. But we've got some venison for the freezer, and we got a cool story with a cool looking buck we're gonna have to get down there and go take a peek at. All right. You saw the results, so there's no tracking involved in this one. That 6.5 Creedmoor with that horny bullet that we're shooting there. It's a hunting designed bullet and setup, and I'm a fan of this caliber. We shoot it a lot. It gets blasted a lot of times, but I'm a big fan of it. That's cool. Cool hunt. What a deal. There's no nervousness when walking up to this one when you drop them like that. He's gonna be a cool old buck. Good deal. Look at him sitting there like that. Bam! That's awesome. It makes us get up here and get my hands on him. He's got that huge growth on his side right there that's just sticking out. And that crazy tine. Look at that crazy tine. They grow like that in velvet. It's probably on that scenario there. He probably bent that somehow. You can just kind of see it. The big knot right there, how it grows and splays out. But look at that abscess or growth right there. And you'll see that in deer a lot of times, and they'll live for a long time. These kind of Texas hill country deer like that. And man, look at that. That is so cool. I don't know what caused that. We'll never know. But that's a neat little knot right there. But that's something different right there. That's probably an abscess tooth and the growth and the infection right there. Well, that's pretty hard. I don't know. We'll have to play with it. But that 6.5, we took it out of him. That's a cool deer.
If you have any questions about the 6.5 Creedmoor round or just want to share a hunting story, email us at info@whitetaildiaries.com. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.
To provide hunting sense to the hunters so they could feed their families. So, God made a deer farmer.
Shorter, faster, never felt better. At 26.5 inches long and 440 feet per second, the Havoc RS440 is the fastest, most comfortable compact crossbow ever. Available with the all-new Garmin Zero Range-Finding Scope. Exact aim, any distance. Range, aim, and deliver at 440 feet per second. The all-new Havoc RS440 and Havoc RS440 Zero from 10 Point.
Meet Spentek's sturdiest stand and fill feeder. built on skids to allow for easy transportation. This feeder is perfect for the hunter looking for a convenient stand and fill feeder that has a welded cage system to protect it from hogs, cattle, and other animals. It's also equipped with Spintek's patented spinner unit that locks and seals in corn. Stand and fill up to 700 pounds of corn with ease. Learn more at spintechspreaders.com.
It's in our nature to protect, defending our heritage, our way of life, and the ones we love. It's your right. Don't give it up. Protect it or lose it. Walkers.